Go ahead and give me a hard time if you want, but I'm Mormon. As many know, we have missionaries, men and women, that go door to door in pairs, sharing a message. They are sent all over the world. The missionaries assigned to my city are girls. The two in the story are both very pretty, young, 19 to 20 years old, and pretty innocent. Often, when they went to teach someone, they would ask my brother or myself to accompany them just in case. They would usually invite us when they felt uneasy about a person, or if it was a single man, as a safety measure. This day was no different than the others. They asked me and my brother if we would go with them to visit a man named Chuck. They said they had met him at a local park and that he seemed nice enough, but just a little off. We, of course, obliged. They gave us the time and address and asked if we would meet them there. When we got to the address, the girls were waiting outside for us. We walked up the steep driveway to the house. As we approached the door, written in permanent marker on the door itself was a message. It said something to the effect of, "This is Chuck's house. Please knock. If I don't answer, call this number." We all laughed. Who the hell does that? We knocked and he opened the door. He seemed very out of breath, was breathing heavily. He very enthusiastically invited the girls in. We were about 4 feet behind them. Then he noticed us. His countenance changed immediately. He said, "I thought you two would be coming alone?" They answered with a typical, "They come with us from time to time. They're our friends." He gave us an up-down look and said, "Come on in." It was weird. The minute we walked in this dude's house, I felt really weird. This guy's house was immaculate, but the strange thing was there was no furniture at all. Totally empty. He had 2 bar stools set aside, and that was it. And on every wall in the house was shelving with plants on them. All type of plants, and literally hundreds. Lettuce, spinach, herbs. They were all labeled on the wall in permanent marker. The guy wrote on his walls in marker. Weird. The girls sat on the bar stools and he sat on the floor. My brother and I stood and they began their message. After 5 minutes, he interrupted them. "Oh, I forgot I made you girls some drinks. Are you thirsty?" They kindly said no, but he insisted. He went in the fridge and got 2 already prepared drinks out. They had this dirty brown-colored liquid in them, looked like muddy water. He said that he made them for them earlier in the day. He didn't have one for him or for us, just the 2 girls. He handed them the glasses and then just stood there and stared, waiting for them to drink. I immediately felt like this was a bad idea, and I could see that my brother and the girls were equally uncomfortable. They made awkward conversation, and I signaled to them that we should go. They cut themselves short, and we left. He was visibly upset and kept telling us to come back whenever we wanted. When we got to the driveway, we got in our cars, and I told the girls to come over to my house. At my house, I told them that they probably shouldn't go back, and they agreed. I knew Chuck's last name. It was on his freaking door in Sharpie, for heaven's sake, and I did some quick Googling. Homeboy was released from a police department in California for general reasoning and admitted to a psych ward for over a year. They didn't say why, but there was a whole newspaper write-up on it. I don't know what his intentions were, but there were way too many weird pieces for me to want to see him again. Hey, creepy, drink-making, Sharpie-writing Chuck, let's not meet ever.